Back to the 2018 political forum here at Boyd County High School. I'm Jim Forrest of Cool Hits 1057. We're pleased to be in association with MyTown TV. Right now we're going to take a look at the jailers race. Dean Akers is the Democrat, William Hensley is the Republican. Mr. Akers is not with us tonight, but Mr. Hensley is. Good to have you with us. And we'll give you, first of all, 2 minutes for an opening statement.
Well, as you said, my name is Bill Hensley. I'm running for Boyd County Jail. I'm a lifelong resident of Boyd County. I've lived here all my life, except I did leave for a little bit to do my military service. I wanted to go to college, and I didn't want to put that financial burden on my parents, so I joined the Army, used that money for the Army to go to college. Then I came back and joined the Asheville Police Department. My dad retired from the police department. And I always saw his service to the community and how he loved the community, and he was able to serve the community and still raise us and provide for a family. And I wanted to do that also. I'm raising my children here. I'm married to my wife Heather, and this is where my home is. And I want it to be the safest and the best community possible. So I'm just retired from the Asheville Police Department. I was a major in the patrol division. That's all the officers on the road. And I knew my experience and my training fit the needs of the Boyd County Jail. I looked at the Boyd County Jail and saw the areas that really needed to be corrected, that could make that jail what we needed it to be, make it positive. And that was an area that I could take my training and my experience and continue to serve Boyd County in the most effective way possible.
Let's start with the questions. You'll have 2 minutes for each question, up to 2 minutes. There has been some major difficulties at the jail. You heard one of the commissioners even talk about that. And it's, of course, been well documented in the papers and radio and TV. What do you feel is the very first, or I guess the most important issue that you have to address first if you're elected jailer?
There's a lot of issues, but I think the most important is to have a secure and clean jail, a livable jail. The main thing is to stop any escapes and stop the contraband coming into the jail. So the first thing is, of course, there's been an audit of the jail. We want to go through and correct those deficiencies that haven't been corrected immediately. Then we need to work to get policies and procedures in place. And it all goes together to make a secure jail. You need training. Training is essential in any place, but it's critical in public service. So we need to get a training program for the jailers, especially when you bring a new jailer in, deputy jailer in, to train them to make sure that they have the best knowledge and understand the best ways to make sure the jail is safe. We need it to be a professional jail, a safe jail, but also a courteous jail. So really securing that jail is the main priority.
In securing the jail and fixing the problems that the audit addresses and that you're aware of and that the public is aware of, where is the county going to find the funds to be able to do that?
Well, there's several different ways. It is going to take a financial investment in jail. But at the police department, I was over a $3.6 million budget. I understand all aspects of government budget because I put it together. I had to operate and stay within that budget. And there's it's easy to spend on a budget and give people a lot of wants. But the main thing is to go through that budget, cut out all that excess, and put it back into the security of the jail and the personnel of the jail. So the first thing I'm going to do is go through the budget and make sure that priorities are in line with where they need to be. The spending is correctly done. Also, I have a lot of experience writing grants. And grants are not going to fund the jail, but you can get things like body scanners that are needed and put in for grants. It takes a little bit of work with a grant. Not only when you present a grant, you have to put the reasons you want it, and then you have to track it, send back data. They want to know what you do with that money. But it's well worth it to get that money in and get the needed equipment the jail needs.
How do you propose to manage local prisoners and still house enough state prisoners to generate revenue? Because no doubt revenue comes from state prisoners too.
That is a large question because of the numbers that's in there. That all goes back to having the policies and procedures and the training to make everything run smoothly. It needs leadership. They need somebody in there that they know that the deputy jailers trust the policies you put out. You need to work together And that is what will help that there is, if it's, everybody knows what your leadership philosophy is. You know that you expect a professional jail and you want it ran right, but you also want it to be courteous and caring to the people that are incarcerated there. That is what's going to help alleviate those problems. It needs to be run professionally with policies and procedures in place to make sure it's ran efficiently.
The jail, no doubt, probably has a bad connotation with a lot of people and with the public, with all the stories that's been going for the last year or so. How do you ease the community's mind in letting them know that you bring that leadership, that you have those skills in order to fix the problems at the jail?
Well, speaking to a lot of people, they are concerned, but everybody, Boyd County are very understanding. What they expect is what I plan on doing. They don't expect you to be perfect, but if there is a problem with the jail, you're going to hear it from me. It's called accountability. So if there's a problem, I'll be the person to say, this is what happened, but when I tell you what happened, I'm going to say, this is what caused it to happen, and this is what we put in place to make sure it never happens again. So that taking accountability for the actions, but when things are corrected and they see the improvement, professionalism of the jail, that is what's going to make people realize that the jail is going to turn around and feel safe at the jail. I want the jail to be a positive. It's always been my goal to make the jail not only a positive, but be the new professional standard of the state. I want people to point at the Boyd County Jail because of its success instead of its failure.
Final question I'll ask you. Even though you have law enforcement experience, and you said that after you retired, you looked at the jail and saw all the problems, you still have to run. You have to be a politician to a certain degree. What made you want to get into running for public office?
Really, just when I was at the police department, I saw areas at the jail, and I know a lot of the deputy jailers at the jail, there were good people there, but I was president of FOP, and I spoke with them, and I saw areas, I said, this could be corrected. Right here is an area this could make a huge difference. You know, I was acting chief the night if you want the riot that went up there. When I was there, a lot of the deputy jailers, they were all in to help. There was not really policies. They didn't know 100% what to do in that situation, and that needs to be corrected. But I kept looking at my experience and my training and what I was really good at, and I kept looking at what needed to be done at the jail, and I could see the match. You know, I've always loved Boyd County, served on Boyd County. Like I said, I was president of FOP, I've been on Host Place Board, Shelter Host Board. I've always tried to give back because this community has given so much to me, and I just looked and I said, here's where I can do the most good. So that's what made me enter into this realm.
All right, we'll give you up to 2 minutes for a closing statement.
Like I said, I just really want to make the Boyd County Jail the most positive jail that can be. I want it to be the standard for the state. It's my 24 years of law enforcement experience, my administration. I have experience in budgeting, policies, procedures, have a lot of leadership training, I understand leadership, but it also goes back to I'm proven in those areas. I just promise that I will work hard as I've continued to do, and I'll never do anything to embarrass the citizens of Boyd County. I promise I always walk my talk and give you the best and most that I can give you, and turn the jail into the new standard for the state. And for that reason, I really appreciate you to vote for Hensley for jail on November 6th.
Thank you very much. Bill Hensley, he is the Republican candidate for Boyd County Jail.